Absolutely, absolutely. My show is back. You all know I'll be over here dancing, crying, and the whole nine yards. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Dancing with the Stars season 24, and this is week 1. This was actually the 400th episode. Um, you know I love the show. I do. I just love the show, and it just sends me through a roller coaster of emotions all the time. But anyway, so let's just talk about the couples. First couple is Normani and Val. Normani is from Fifth Harmony. She's one of the girls from Fifth Harmony. They did a quick step, and it was cool. It was cool. Her dress was real pretty. Like it was see through. It was very lacy, and it had tons and tons and tons of rhinestones. I couldn't believe that they actually did address that detail for week 1. It looked real pretty on her, but whatever. They got a 27 out of it. Next was Nancy Kerrigan and Artem. Y'all know I love Artem. They did a Viennese waltz. No biggie. I figured Nancy would be good. She was very graceful. She's an ice skater, so that didn't strike me as anything strange. And then she's of a certain type of age at this point, so that dance for her first dance really did suit her well. I'm very happy for Artem. See, in this season, a lot of people got partners that I think people who usually get bad partners got good partners. Artem got a partner that can actually dance. He's going to be able to work with, which is Nancy Kerrigan. They got a 28, so that was cool. Next we got Gleb with his fine self and Erica Jane, honey, Miss Erica Jane from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. They did a salsa, and they actually used Erica Jane's song, her own song, and Len actually called her salsa a little raunchy. And she's like, well, I mean, that's who I am. That's what my persona is a little raunchy. It is what it is. She was done. She had all this red on, and she was Erica Jane. She came as herself. She was Erica Jane. She did it. She did it up. Honey, she did a little move where she laid back, honey, and did a leg lift. It was salsa, child, and it was Erica Jane. I had no problem with it, but they scored a 24. Anyway, I like her personality. She's bitchy, and it kind of works. Okay, next we got Chris Kattan and Whitney. And I felt bad. I love Whitney and I love Lindsay, but she got bad partner. He's from Saturday Night Live. He has a neck injury. So he only has a slight range of motion in his neck. So it's a mess. He can't dance. Okay, so it is what it is. He did a cha-cha. Len said the best thing about their number is that he didn't have to watch any more of it. I said, oh my God. And it was so fun because Chris kind of got in his feelings, but they got a 17. Whitney not going to be around long. Next was Barner Bolton and Sharna, who is, every season we run into somebody who ends up looking like a real solid couple. I think Sharna found her man, honey. Sharna and Barner are absolutely about the sexiest couple on here. You understand? The chemistry is all there. Everybody knows what's going on, child. I wouldn't be surprised to see some nuptials come out of this. But I love Sharna with her most beautiful red hair. And perfect pairing. But they did a cha-cha. And there was, like I said, a lot of connection and a lot of sexual tension between the two of them. They got a 22. Next, my friend Keo. Keo finally got a partner he could kind of work with. They paired Keo with Charo. Charo is a damn clown. And she's real wild. She's wild, and Keo has a real wild. He dances so hard that I figured Charo would be good for him. But the funny part is, people like Charo, as much as she's been doing hoochie coochie and all that shit, she can't really ballroom dance. So she wasn't the best dancer. But anyway, they did a cha-cha. They got a 21. The thing is, what was funny though, is that Charo and Bruno got into it. And they're going back and forth. And I'm like, okay, so was this put on for the camera or was she really serious? I mean, Charo's an actress, so you can't. Child, they got to going back and forth, honey. And he said, I think I seen your coochie coochie coo, honey, when you were doing all that, this, that, thing. And she gonna say, oh, shut up. She told him, and your English is bad. Your English sucks. I said, oh. So we'll see what happens with that. But they had to hold her back and stuff. It was a mess. It was a mess. It was like total comic relief. But it was kind of hard to tell, like, is she really serious? Is she really pissed off with Bruno? And Bruno just kind of laughed it off. But we'll see in the weeks to come. But yeah, honey, there's a whole Charo versus Bruno, honey. I was like, child, this looked like a scene from the video game Soul Blade, honey. But she's not the best dancer. But I'm glad that Keo got somebody that he could actually work with. Damn Keo, he's built so bad. He really is. He is his physique is just something. Anyway, moving on. Nick Vial and PETA. So we're glad to see PETA back. You know, PETA had a baby, so she's just coming back. She wasn't there last season, and Nick was the bachelor, and he's okay. He's okay. Good looking kid. Okay, he ain't the best dancer. They did a cha-cha, and they got a 24. Heather Morris and Maxim. This is the scandal, the controversy couple. She's an actress from Glee, and she also did an award. She's a dancer, okay? She basically has no business being there. She did a version of Single Ladies on an award show with Beyonce back in the day, and she did some other dates with Beyonce, okay? They did a Viennese waltz. Of course it was good. They got a 28. Maxim is Maxim. It is what it is. Come on, seriously. Heather has no business being there. But at that point, that Heather has no business being there, and they're trying to downplay it and saying, well, her dancing is different. Whatever. Just like she has no business being there, she got a 28. Let's flip over. I'm going to jump a couple couples and I'll go back. Simone Biles is there. And, Olympic gymnast, Simone Biles. And she's with Sasha. Child, Sasha can somersault and flip too. And they actually showed all that. They were down there in the gymnasium, and Sasha was doing backflips, running backflips like her. And they got the highest score tonight. So it was kind of funny where you laughed at Heather Morris, and there's such a controversy, and it's actually going on in the blogs about Heather Morris being there. Simone Biles came by and dusted her right off and did a tango and got a 32. But again, just like our last winner, it is what it is. She's an Olympic medalist. Okay, so it just kind of is what it is with this, and we're just going to work through it, and that's it. And I know there was even some talk of Wendy Williams was trying to tell people to petition to get Heather thrown off the show. I said, damn, Wendy. Anyway, but whatever. So Simone and Sasha, perfect coupling, and they got a 32. They had the highest score tonight. Second highest score tonight was Rashad Jennings. He's a football player, and Emma. And they did a cha-cha. They got a 31. And I said, wow. And he talked about how he was a former fat kid. He used to be a heavy kid. And he also has special needs. He was a special needs kid. So he was in a slow learning class. And I said, well, isn't this something? So that's like a interesting story. It's interesting. So we're going to be watching him. But he can dance. And he got swag. Cute too. But yeah, so he's really made something of his life where people, I guess, thought just kind of threw him to the side. Like, child, people kill me with this, with kids that are if they're slightly autistic or they're slow learners and they put them in a special class. It doesn't mean that their life is over. It doesn't mean that they're not useful to society. It just means they have a different way of learning. You know, they have a different way of learning. Stop throwing people away. Anyway, he's cute little thing, and he's on there and he's doing well. Second highest score of the night. Okay, so let's go back. David and Lindsay. David, baseball player, David from the Cubs. They did a quick step. He is the first baseball player to ever be on the show. Because, you know, we always have football and basketball. He's the first baseball player. And he had, like, a lot of support from his team. They, you know, brought him in via satellite and all that. And it was really, really cool. He got 28. So he did really, really well on his first round. Next one is next to the last place, which was Mr. T and Kim. I love Kim. But that cha-cha. Mr. T was horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. He just Mr. T is there's no other way to put it. He an old black man. That's it. An old black man. Even when they talking to him, he ain't listening. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mr. T reminded me of somebody should be sitting in a barbershop all day, talking, chatting, having a good time, smoking a cigar, and watching TV with the guys around at the barbershop. He ain't long for the show. He got a 20. Mr. T can't dance. It was a mess. Oh, and one last thing about Rashard Jennings and Emma. It was so funny. You know, Emma and Sasha, you know, they hooked up. And I was laughing at him. That Sasha ran over to make sure he kissed Emma, because Emma is just as enthralled with Rashard and his looks. So I'll be watching you, Emma, throughout this damn season. Anyway, but that's basically it. That's all of the couples. Of course, you know, I was there getting my life and having a good time watching, and I will be every Monday for 2 hours. So, I'll see what you guys do. I generally end up starting to do reviews on this, but if y'all ain't watching them, I'm not going to continue to do them. So it is what it is. But that's one of my shows I'm going to always be watching. So if you are watching the reviews, I'll keep reviewing. If you ain't watching, then I'm not going to bother. I'll just enjoy the show on my own and go on. All right, later. Peace.